making sure that all of them are part of developing these systems, I think is really important. Um, in terms of collaboration, I think too, like having that awareness of like, what is the school schedule? When is collaboration time already built in? Okay, how can we maximize that? And really thinking about the systems involved, and getting creative with the principal too. Like, okay, if there isn't collaboration time that's built in for what we need, is there a way to offer an extra recess once a month to a class so that that teacher can become available for an extra 30 minutes a month to do more of this. Just kind of figuring that out. It does take more people than just um, the gen ed teacher, the special educator, and myself. It really is kind of a school, practice that we're working to develop. Um, there is a really great tool that I like to use for unit planning. It is from this book, It's More Than Just Being In. Um, and it's a planning tool that has us going unit by unit and really looking at, okay, what are how is this unit broken up? How are students going to be assessed in this unit? Are there projects coming up? Is instruction whole group, small group? How is the teacher originally planning for it? And then like, what do we need to do for that student? So it's really looking at each part, like what's the plan initially? And then like, how is the student going to be participating in each part of it? Ideally, we want to get to a place where the teacher is really thinking through a universal design lens and they're thinking, from the beginning, how can I plan this unit with this student in mind instead of adapting after? But either way, having that pre-planning before the unit starts is proactive versus the reactive approach of perhaps what you were saying, those on the spot modifications that paraprofessionals are having to provide. And then I think it gets overlooked too, the planning between related service providers. I think often, unfortunately, our related services are still happening in silos. And again, those providers have large caseloads as well. There are a lot of systemic things that are happening that impact that. But at the same time, I think there's ways that we can really align our IEP goals and having that open dialogue and, perhaps monthly conversations too with each related service provider can really help. For example, speech goals can often be aligned with phonics goals or vice versa. Same with some of the language related goals and conversation goals students have for speech, right? With reading comprehension, same thing with OTs and writing. I think it's often overlooked as how assistive technology can help us. Oftentimes districts may not mention that assistive technology assessments can happen or that they have people to do that. Wow, what an asset to have an assistive technology specialist working with your team too, and just helping kind of make those connections across different service areas.